We are live.
Good morning. We are live. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're having a great day. Tuesday, May 26th. Happy the day after Memorial Day. The spring is basically gone. When I grew up in San Diego, Memorial Day meant school was over. Summer was here.
Summer's here.
Who took my spring? That's what I would like to know. But
although we didn't have summer days yesterday, it rained all day, and the temperature's very nice.
the day was nice. It was kind of gloomy.
Yeah, rainy,
Cooler.
very wet.
2 days ago, our 10-day forecast had 7 out of the 10 days had 80% thunderstorms.
Right.
Last night when I went to bed, no more than 20.
Yeah.
So I don't know where all that rain went, but it's not going to come here. And
I
I'm
think
mad
it
about
all came in one day. It rained
It
and
did,
rained
it
and
did.
rained and rained.
What I wanted to start off with, so pretend like I didn't say anything yet. 50 seconds in. Caitlin, happy birthday. Make It Blue, a Disney adventure. She's a regular on the show. She's become a new friend of mine. She's a blogger. She just started live streaming. I haven't seen one yet, but I think she went the other day and then they got taken down, but they got put back up. I don't know the details, honestly, because I was busy that day. But Caitlin, happy birthday. We love you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're here. Well, as I look up on the screen, there's I should have read. I'm having my birthday live stream before this one starts. Oh, okay. So she went live this morning. I would love to see some of you and the chat. Oh, okay. Shoot. I didn't know. But happy birthday, my friend. That's awesome. I'm glad you were here, or you are here either way. Sandy Norris, thanks for being here. You're a good friend. I love seeing your face in the chats
Good morning.
and in the comments all the time. My mom's here. What's going on? Alyssa's in the house. Boom and Cheese in the house. Hitchhiking Bones, our other favorite Texans in the house. Dean Bakeroff, my friend. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Resort Budgeting, how are you? Boy, good day in the market. Resort Budgeting. You watching that at all? The day after a 3-day weekend always has a nice pop. Why? Because people take their money out because they're afraid something will happen over the weekend. So you always do a little.
Might be a really wild weekend.
Do a little decent. We had a good day. Disney was up at 120. Detroit Disney doing in the house. What's going on? Erica's Insights. How are you? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Mom is the bomb. I agree. JLB Nerdy. Hello, my friend. How are you? Thanks for being a member. Soraya in the house. Hey, you. Long time no see there. Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't miss anybody. Yesterday was a lot of fun. Yesterday was our first in our series this week. We're going to talk about DVC, our journey in DVC. And we talked about how we decided we wanted to be members, how we became members. Today, we're going to talk about the places we've stayed in DVC. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the places we want to go in DVC.
Which is all of them.
Well, yeah. And no. Excuse me. Today, I just skipped over today.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know.
My apologies.
It's just like
today, we're going to talk about our first DVC trip, where we stayed. The excitement of that. What it was it worth it? Did we love it? How confusing was it? All those things. That's today, our first trip.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is all the DVC resorts we've stayed at. Actually, I put on the thumbnail. We should talk about the resorts we've stayed at. Maybe we should switch up the title. Now we're going to talk about. I'll fix the title on the thumbnail. Today, our first DVC trip. Tomorrow, all the DVC places we've stayed. Thursday, all the DVC places we're excited about. And then Friday, we'll have a Q&A and just talk generally about Disney Vacation Resort. Boy, is that my copy?
yes.
Apparently, I'm going to need some.
Yeah.
I created the calendar. I couldn't remember the calendar. That's pretty sad. AJC. What's going on? Hey, Amy. Who is your DVC sales guy? Oh, Soraya becoming a member.
Hey,
Thank you so much. Soraya just became a member. You don't know what that is. She's now green. She turned green in the chat, and they stand out.
Family.
Dole Whip family, exactly. I appreciate that so much. It's a very big blessing to our family. It says a lot, and I love it. I appreciate it. I've tried to do some nice things for our members. I hope I'm doing a good job with that, but you, Soraya, just made my day. So thank you for that. Mom is the bomb. Hello, beautiful people, back at you. Who is your DVC sales guy? I wish it was me. I would like it to be me. I have a friend, Kelly, who works for DVC. She's not in sales.
Sales guy, though. The sales guy.
I'm picturing him. I don't think I know his name.
He's been there a long time.
If you know his name, I'll be shocked. I don't know his name.
He's a bald guy.
Okay, not how I remember. Maybe we don't remember it.
Danny, the photographer that I used to know.
Really?
A little bit. I'll look it up. I have the paperwork. Yeah, I'll let you know.
I think we're thinking of someone else, but doesn't matter. So where our first DVC trip? My brain is all on the other one. Tomorrow, the DVC resorts we stayed at. Our first DVC trip was awesome. It was.
Yes, it was really fun.
It was like it's always exciting to drive. We drive to Disney. It's always exciting to drive down there. You know, it's anticipation. But doing it as a DVC member for the first time, I'm not gonna lie, I was giddy. I was a little bit like a little kid waiting for Christmas.
Right. Well, and first of all, too, like the first time using it, I had no idea what I was doing. Like even to get the reservation, I had looked up stuff online, and I knew there was like you could do it through the app. There was also another like little app that had a DVC calendar, so you could find the prices. It was just all this stuff out here, but I wasn't sure how it all worked together. So finally, after just playing with it and being really uncomfortable, I called the guy and I was like, "Hey, Mr. DVC, we're coming
What
for
a
vacation.
convenient name he has.
Yeah, we don't really care where we stay.
Yeah.
We just want to try it out, and I'm not sure if I'm doing this right."
So they give you a year's worth of points or whatever. we got like the minimum points you can get the first time there, and it was enough to get us 1 4-day vacation. I don't remember. I don't want to lie to the people. I feel like it was enough for 1 4-day. I wanted to say
we started off with 2 years worth of points, so it would have given us pretty much any of the, like we could use all of them and have a
but I think you're getting ahead of it. No, so we bought 1 year of no. Tell me if I'm wrong when I'm done with this. We bought 1 week's worth per year, but for the first year they threw in an extra year's worth.
So we had
to get us to buy
2 years worth of points.
So we bought 1 year's worth of points, and they gave us
2 years worth of points. So we could either do a really long, fancier one or a smaller, short vacation.
So she doesn't want to talk about what I want to talk about. That's
Go
fine.
ahead.
So let's try that again. We bought 1 year's worth of points. They gave us another 1 week's worth of points per year, right? And the first year they gave us a second.
It's not necessarily a week. It depends on where you stay. It's a vacation.
And so we decided to use the free points to just do a vacation rather than to bank them and go to the Poly, because we figured we'd have enough for the Poly the next year. Is that somewhere close to the truth?
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't care, as she said, where we were going to stay. And they have the Saratoga Springs Resort right across from Disney Springs. We love Disney Springs. We spend a lot of time in Disney Springs. When we do our meetups, that's where we're going to do it. Almost always, because we do them in the park sometimes, but it's just harder, and they don't like crowd things in the parks. And obviously, you're with your family in the parks, and not that you're not with your family in Disney Springs, but it's just a better meetup place. And so we like that. Also, we like the food there. We like to unwind at the end of the day. We go there, and it's right across. It's themed very much like Paula likes. Paula likes Disney, but she likes it subtle in her decoration, not so, I don't know how to say it. Not necessarily the castle, although she loves the castle as the theming. She likes subtle theming. Is that the way to say it?
For my house, yes, that's how I prefer it.
Sure. And
I mean, at a resort, I don't care.
Well, yeah, no, I understand. And so Saratoga Springs is subtly Disney themed with horses,
which
like
is Reagan.
Saratoga Springs is iconic horse racing enclave. Ooh, good word usage in New York. I grew up going to Del Mar in Southern California. Mm-hmm. I've always enjoyed the horse races, not just for the, I'm going to sound like my daughter, just for the aesthetic of it. I liked hanging out on the water. I mean, the Del Mar, it was
beautiful.
Right on the water. So very iconic memories. Mm-hmm. Me and my college buddies would just hang down there, and Del Mar, the beach, great food, amazing. So I have a love for, horse racing and horses in general. Different than my daughters, who just love horses because they're horse people. They're nuts for horses. My mom's a horse nut. My kids are passionate for horses. My kids grew up on, Spirit is a movie that I probably had run through my brain 20,000 times. And then all the Disney horses my kids love. Reagan especially, she's our youngest. She's a teenager, but she's our youngest. And she loves them. I mean, Maximus is our jam, man.
Her favorite.
Yeah, and so we walk in I remember we pulled in, and it was whatever. So it took forever to find the place, and I was, I'm that guy driving, like, I don't know where I'm going, and I don't care. I'm just having a good time. I'm looking at it. Oh my gosh, this place is massive. Saratoga Springs is huge. Massive.
Yeah.
Like they told me, but I did not understand. And so you could be You could have a room and walk right over to Disney Springs in 3 minutes, and you can have a room and be a half-hour walk away. Like it's huge. So we finally get there. We pull into the visitor spot, and we don't know what we're doing. We're walking in. I'm kind of looking forward to walking in and seeing how they greet us, because they made a big deal of it the year before when we walked in the Poly, as we talked about it when we were just visiting. Hey, we just bought. Can we just walk around, right? And I'm way behind in chat. I'll get caught up, I promise. But I'm remembering it. And I'm getting happy just remembering it. The walk from the parked car to the lobby, 5 minutes, not even that, 3 minutes, and it was one of the most happy 3 minutes of my life. I'm walking by and people are happy checking in, people are happy checking out. It's a stable. It's so themed well. I've never been to New York.
The big giant horses are like the bronze horses.
Actually, I have been to New York. I've never been to Saratoga Springs in New York, but I felt like I was there. And it's weird to say when you've never been.
Christmas, so that added an extra layer.
Yes.
It was decorated for Christmas. And
so we walk into the lobby of Saratoga Springs, which I think is iconic. And the big, good call, babe, big, beautiful Christmas tree, 4, 5, or 6 Victorian dressed singers, not unlike the Voices of Liberty, which were all over social media yesterday. If you don't know who they are the spectacular singers in the American Experience. I think that's what they call it, the USA Pavilion. Boy, that room's acoustics are amazing. Love that performance. You got to check that out. That's at Epcot, World Showcase USA Pavilion. But anyway, very much like that. Very time period that, oh my gosh, the acoustics in the room were amazing. They were cranking out some Christmas carol, and the tree, like I could have cried. I could cry right dang now. It was so awesome. I looked to the left, and there's these big, beautiful pictures of all the iconic Disney horses, which I think we did a video on. I don't know that I ever posted, to be honest. But me and Reagan had such a good time. And there was just a little area there you could sit and talk and enjoy the stuff. But then there's 80 happy, smiling faces wanting to help you. They all had Disney pins for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, they all had pin trading boards.
They had a great pin trading board. We'd actually stop there every day, even if we didn't have to go in there. We started and ended our day in there to pin trade and say hi for the 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And the process of getting checked in was a blast.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. They were super fun.
Tell them what your first thoughts are, and then I'll get caught up in chat, and then we'll talk about finding our room.
Well, at first I was just like, wow, they did such a great job, like making you feel like you walked back into that time period. It was beautiful. And again, I mean, you've got this giant tree that's horse themed. It's a carriage house, and then you've got the Disney singers there. Yeah. All the pictures, like we were there to check in, but we were like stuck there with our mouths open, looking at everything.
And the whole time, my friends are like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna love Saratoga Springs, but it's not the best place." I'm like, "Well, this isn't."
Yeah, it was so, and the cast members are always top notch.
I would love to work as a cast member at a DVC resort, because they're just some level of happy that I wish to be every day. I hope I am.
That's awesome. So, and then I don't remember if we went to our room next, or we went around to the DVC area. Over there.
Originally, we walked down to check out everything. So we walked by the DVC area, and then we found down the food court, which was attached to the gift shop.
Yes.
And I have insanely good memories of those two places.
We were there like every morning and every night. We stop in and just check in with the cast members. The first night, so
we went and got our room, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But when we got back, came back and we sat down and we had a coffee. And the kids got a Danish or whatever, and we just talked to other people in the DVC. And I remember, I'll speak for myself. I remember going, "Did I break in? Are they going to kick me out? Am I allowed to be here?" And guys, if you know me, if you're a veteran, I love me some me. I think I should have everything. I believe in prosperity. But it was just too good to be true. It wasn't, do I belong here? That's not really true. That's being funny. It was, wow, I'm so glad God's letting me be here. This is, when I look down on Yosemite, I'm like, oh, thank you, God. This is awesome. When I'm sitting there knowing that my whole trip is ahead of me, and I'm comfortable, and it's beautiful, and my kids are here, and I just don't have to care what day it is for 5 days.
Yeah.
That's the best, right?
And when we walked in too, there was like peaceful quiet.
Very different. Well, yes.
Parents screaming at their kids.
Yes, it was vastly different than the experience the year before, which was why we signed up for DVC. Simply Obs, oh yeah, coffee. I'm not gonna lie, I need it. I always need it. Why do I say that? I say it every day, like, oh, I'm really tired of this one. I'm tired every morning. So.
Is that your Animal Kingdom cup? Yes.
I hadn't even noticed. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
If you know somebody who has extra.
No one has those.
You were here.
Everybody loves those.
I know. I love them too. Let me get comment chat. And we're going to talk about finding our room at DVC and see if we're boring you guys to death or you're enjoying this. There is always where I come to get. Oh, thank you, Soraya. This is always where I come to get good information and a good day of humor. You just made my day.
Humor today, but
you already you've made my day twice now. Yeah, well,
it's kind of storytelling.
Yeah. Mine is Garrett. I remember he had been there over 30 years. Oh, your DVC. Our sales guy definitely.
He was there for like.
We talked about it. Time. He wasn't giving up that job for nothing.
Right. He loved his job.
Yeah, he didn't like me. He loved his job. It is based on when you buy in, because if you buy in at the end of your calendar, then they backdate your points. Oh, okay. See, she knows that stuff. I don't know.
Sort of.
So you got 2 weeks worth of points. Yeah, we got 2 weeks worth. We ended up getting enough points to do 2 trips, which I guess is the same thing. I just settled. Oh, did you resort? Good for you. I haven't looked at the. Well, I did look at the app real fast, but resort budgeting's been following along on the Animated Investor, my other channel, where we talk about stocks, Disney stocks, and other things too. Got a sale on TubeBuddy. Got a referral on Epidemic Sound. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff and the money side of YouTube and what I'm doing with the money that comes from YouTube, that's a lot of fun. DVC points and Disney stock. That's all I want in my life. That's all I want.
Right now, it's stocks. And it's just
I knew stocks would have a good day today. Really? I didn't know that, Resort. That makes me happy. I'll check my app. So he's off topic, guys. Resort budgeting. I told you what I just told you. He got Levi too. I got 2 Levi's for previously. I hope they gave me some free Levi. Yeah, I have 2. They were like 12 something.
Your daughter spent a lot of money last month on
Good Levi. For you, buddy. I'm so happy about that. Free, what's better than stock? Free stock. All right. See, I believe that the plans renew in March. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know. So the closer to March you buy it.
Ours is August.
Detroit Disney Duo. Excuse me. You clearly know what you're talking about. We should bring you on the show and talk about DVC. We bought in December, says Tina. Our use year is August.
Yeah, our use.
And we got 400 points to use by. Wow. Unless that's way more than us. When they doubled our points, we didn't get anywhere close to that. No. I want your contract.
We had the teeny baby contract.
Yeah, we didn't plan. Right. What we talked about yesterday, we didn't have a budgeted. We budget. By we I mean she budgets. She budgets. She knows exactly what and how much, and all of it. And I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. So we're a great team. And I know that when they said, "Do you want to?" We just wanted in. Yes. What's the cheapest we can get it? I mean, I don't know. I don't even remember that part of the conversation, very honestly. Did we even say it like that? I don't even know.
No, I was just like, wow, this is less than what I'm already budgeting for.
So he proposed that number, or we did? I don't.
No,
I'm sure I wasn't listening.
I were talking about like what I was already putting aside a month for our Disney trip. And he was like, well, look, you could do this. And then you're investing it basically because at the end of it, it's paid off, but you still have all these years to use.
Yeah, I mean, that really is.
Yeah.
For how we were doing it anyway, basically at the end of 7 years, we were stupid if we hadn't done it.
Yeah, because we go more than 2 times a year.
If we just continued for 7 years to do what we'd done the previous 2, it would pay itself off.
Yes.
And we get those whatever
extra. Locks us into making sure that we take our vacation.
And it's DVC, not Honey Boo Boo.
Right.
Which it's not Honey Boo Boo. We've gone twice. Yeah, we like. Last trip we were there, we were at the All-Star Resorts, and it was a lot of fun. I liked them.
They were.
The theming is spectacular. The photos there are amazing.
It was like, I'm not saying All Stars are bad at all. We've been back since, and we loved it. Just that specific trip was rough.
Amy, I did too. Amy says, I checked about the Riviera to buy. If you bought before it opened, you got bonus points. If we were in a different financial place, I would have. We just didn't have it. Like, we definitely tried to.
Just bought a house.
Yeah, we've had a great 5 years. We've had a great 10 years. We have. We run a nonprofit. We're not rich. We're not poor. We're just normal people. but we definitely put aside stuff for the things we love.
Right.
And one of the things we love is DVC.
We have Disney instead of new furniture.
We have, yeah, that's exactly right. That's such a good way to say that. Our friends,
we vacation instead of buying full rooms of gorgeous furniture.
People who know us think we live above our means. We live below our means on almost everything but Disney.
Our car, like our cars. We don't have.
We just bought a new car last year for the first time in like 20 freaking years.
Everything else.
If you want to know how we do things financially, we are Dave Ramsey. We're not the people to follow financially. Here's what we believe: in prosperity, and don't go crazy. I spend too much money on fast food, hence my belly. Everything else, I think we're pretty darn thrifty on.
Yeah, we are.
We are, and it paid off because we were able to buy the house. But that's a whole nother conversation. But we're not money gurus. We just follow Dave Ramsey in the Bible. That's really what we do.
Right.
And I don't know, that's a little pressure on Dave Ramsey there. But I'm sure he would have liked that.
No, but it just makes sense, you know.
I think so.
Don't spend your money before you have it. Like, borrow money.
Yes. Again, when we bought DVC, we didn't, she had good credit. I didn't have good credit.
You had zero.
I didn't have bad credit. I had no credit because we did that on purpose.
Right.
I was proud. I still am proud of it. I'm telling you now because I'm proud of it.
I guess it's because when I was younger and I bought my first car, I financed it. You must not have. You must have paid cash for because you must not have had. You had none. Lily, I had a little.
Well, after it takes 7 years, baby. Your history only follows you, I think, for 7.
That's weird because
I am not an expert on this. I might
one of us
have no clue on what I'm saying.
Because neither one of us had used.
So in the last 2 years, year and a half, whatever, I've had to retrain myself to use plastic.
Yeah.
Now when I get any money, I put it in there. You know, the first 4 months of getting my account, for YouTube, frankly, for money to come in, for 4 months I paid the stupid fee because I didn't do the minimum of 5 or 10 times. And they're like,
10 times.
I went in 3 times and they're like, you idiot, we told you to use your card. I'm like, oh, I never used my card. I remember
she's like, go through and buy a soda for $1.
Like the 3rd time, she's like, everyone uses their card. You're like the last person not use your card. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. People always say all the time, oh, nobody uses cash anymore.
Yeah, they do.
But I'm retraining myself now to use the card so they don't take my $10 a month or whatever. Anyway, off topic a little bit. But the Riviera, oh my gosh, Amy, I have not even been inside yet, but the videos that I saw during the sales pitch, I am so bought in. I foresee, good word usage again, myself loving the Riviera on a poly level love.
I think so. I haven't seen
it yet, wait to see it. If we don't see it next time, I'm just staying an extra day. I'll just stay there. They can drive home because I'm seeing the Riviera this time. I wish, I see. And what Amy well said. What other thing do you buy that's that expensive that you say, oh my gosh, I wish I would have bought it years ago? DVC. I should be selling DVC. Everybody should. Magic and Mouse, my buddies in Bill Guerrero Sr. in the house. What's going on? But don't you forget, you still
can stay at the Honey Boo Boo.
Oh. Well, again, we don't hate.
Just pay cash when we stay
I feel like we're slamming on All-Star Movie Resorts. I like it.
Not.
We like it. We went last trip. We spent 4 of our 5 days or 3 of our 4 days.
Coming where we're staying again with our kids.
We like it. I think the theming there is spectacular. I take photos there all the time. I love sports, so the All-Star one is my jam. I'm not gonna lie.
Last time.
But I love the music one. Which is the one I'm forgetting?
Movie.
Oh, sure, the first one we ever stayed at.
I like the movie better than music.
I like the sports one the best. I mean, I do.
The sports one was probably one of my favorites.
The theming is great. Hey, Bax is here.
Like the kids are down playing.
See, I can't keep saying that.
Super fun.
We talk about the Honey Boo Boo in the food court, but the kids. So we from our room could hear kids laughing and singing at one pool and in the football field the whole time. I found it joyous.
Yeah, you could walk out at any time, and there were kids
having
on the football
fun
field playing, and they were having so much
And again,
fun.
we run after school programs. You started with the Boys and Girls Clubs in 1993. We still do the same thing under a different umbrella now, but we love kids. We work with kids at our church, especially her. We work with kids 5 days a week. When we have school, then we can have after school. But that's a whole other.
Yeah, I'll be taking our grandkids there just because
I love it there.
So awesome.
The food court,
the
food court during sports or cheer or some kind of big contest, probably not the place to go because you got, and it's not the kids, it's the parents, 1,000%. But that's the problem with Walmart, the parents, not the kids. But anyway, Bax is in the house. Hey, Bax, is it your birthday today too? I'm 21 today.
Birthdays?
Dude, Caitlin's birthday. Happy birthday, Caitlin. And Bax, guys, if you don't know Bax, actually, do you know Bax is a local? I don't know exactly where, but somewhere not far from us. Bax, happy birthday, buddy. We got 2 friends that have having a birthday today.
There you go.
Is that how to say that? Happy birthday, my man. Still way behind in chat. Let's get going through these and then we'll get back to the store. Oh, Team Mold said, where did it go? Oh, we are the same. I love Dave Ramsey. Snowball all the way. That's right. How we doing? We bought a house, so you're allowed to take that debt. But yeah, Snowball Effect, Team Mold, little insights, Dave Ramsey Nerd Talk right here. We made it through this. So I run an after-school program. I'm the executive director, CEO. We run an organization, and we basically Dave Ramsey the heck out of that organization. It was broken. It was broken in a lot of ways, including financially. And it took a while. My board, and we didn't go, hey, we're going to do the Dave Ramsey thing. But we stripped everything. We did everything right, frankly, if I can say it that way. And we survived this just fine. Now, we couldn't have done it for 3 years.
Right.
You know, we burned through because when there's no revenue, it hurts.
And you're paying staff, yeah.
But we not only did it for our family, but yeah, the snowball effect works. It's beautiful. If you're hurting financially and you don't know what to do, go to the local resale shop, including the one my organization runs, and they have 12 used copies of the Dave Ramsey book. Pay a quarter for it, buy it, and learn it. And don't just read the stuff, do the stuff. 5 years from there, your life will be insanely better.
Yeah.
All right, I started 300, but I upped 5. Oh man, you're way more than this. We're like, I don't know, 55 or 75 or something. We're way lower than that. I can't imagine having that many points. I can't wait. I can't wait. Flumin Cheesin says I started 300, but I upped points 5 years later to 500, and officially this morning paid off the last amount. Wow, oh my gosh, good for you, cool. Man. But I'm so happy. But I love that you have them, and I love that you don't have the debt. That is awesome. See, and that's funny.
Goals.
I talk about debt, and I hate debt. I hate debt. I made a guy from our church actually mad because we were having a conversation, and it was an investment interview, and I basically said, yeah, I'm out on debt. I'm not taking on debt. Well, how are you going to invest? Weeble is how I invest. Thank you very much. But if you want more information, send me an email, dolewhip@gmail.com. I'll tell you how you do that. But he got mad, and I'm like, Dave Ramsey, and I want to use, though, my motivation for accumulation is distribution, and the best way to look at that is I want to make money and not spend it so I can spend it on her and me and my kids going to Disney, paying off the house, going to Disney. There's investment so someday I can stop working. DVC points, my house. Is there really anything I want to spend money on? Bacon and coffee.
Bacon and coffee.
Pretty much it.
Pretty much.
Soraya, again, new member. Thank you, Soraya. My mother and I have stayed at every hotel, and oddly enough, we prefer Pop Century. We're going to stay at Pop Century.
Yeah, it's our first time this October.
Everybody loves it. I can't wait to stay there. It's always been super clean, obnoxiously happy. I love obnoxiously happy. Yeah. That would be
obnoxiously.
If you need a great name for a YouTube channel, obnoxiously happy with
that's a good one.
Whoever you are, Soraya. That's fun. And they treat us like royalty. But I don't feel like I'm the kind of guy that the customer service thing's going to get. I work with people. I believe in customer service. I think it's normally done wrong and fake. Disney does customer service right.
Well, yeah, you're welcomed home.
And that's how I feel too.
I think churches should look at Disney. I know a lot of churches don't like Disney, but they should look into that.
Church people, you're broken if you don't like Disney. Don't think about the negative. You can find a negative on everything. Disney is a massive media company. You can find negatives in everything. But if you don't see the positives, you don't want to. Go ahead. Sorry.
But people, when you walk into Disney, it's that you're welcomed home. You're back into your welcome to your family. You're back here to this place where you belong, all accepting. Yes, if churches did that, we have people banging on the doors to get into.
Yep. Yeah, we do. Even when we're not there. I can tell you you save a ton on resort costs with DVC planning. Yeah, you do. If you want to stay at the nice places and you don't want to go in debt, DVC is 100% the way to go. The new rules with Riviera are going to be interesting for those who ever decide to sell the points. Yeah, I've heard some stuff. I got to be honest with you. I'm never going to sell my points. I'm always going to accumulate the points.
Because we have kids and grandkids, and they're always going to.
Yeah, my goal is for them to survive well past me. Right. If I
go to our kids.
I actually did. I should do another video. When my YouTube channel was very, very, very young, my computer wants me to look at that. I did a video on what if I won the lottery. Mm-hmm. I should do another video on that because now I have people actually on my channel watching. And but I can tell you it wouldn't be hard. I would buy I would buy into Golden Oak, and I would buy all the DVC points, and I would really, really hope you would come with me. Because it's in Orlando, Florida.
So I could
a plane. How many lotteries am I winning? A plane.
Just a small one.
I didn't become Richard Branson in my story here. I won the lottery.
Disney. Church to
I don't even like planes.
Church to Florida.
You know, that's another thing about this whole Caroline W in the house. Hey, how are you? What's going on? I don't like planes. I don't like planes because they don't like my ears. They hurt. Right. And 1 out of 10 times I've flown, I mean, it depends on it. I've flown a lot compared to you. I haven't flown a lot compared to plenty of people, so it just depends. But 1 out of 10 times when I fly, it hurts my ears, and it hurts bad. And, you know, 1 out of 3 of those times, it hurts for a week or two. It's just not worth it. And, you know, we got me on a new thing, and maybe I might try again, but if I like driving and I don't have the risk of that pain.
Well, I'm thinking if you're going to have your Golden Oaks house, I'm still going to my church, so I'm going to need to fly to church.
We're going to, you know what? That would be awesome. We go on the same trip. I drive, you fly.
That would work.
It would be awesome. Are you kidding me? I would stop every place I wanted.
I would get extra days.
I would get to stop
at would all work.
The coolest. I would know all the people with the funny beards.
You would.
And the cool pets.
Yes.
I would eat at all the best grease ball gas stations.
Yes, you would. All
this sounds like a dream.
Food, every historical marker.
Yes.
You will have.
Raise your hand if you love historical markers. Not you. You know what? They're awesome. They're historical.
When I'm trying to get somewhere.
T Mold says my stamp company started with $100 art. I love that. It is amazing to keep it that way. After 15 years, you can get the book at the library. Yes. So our resale shop, again, diving into, I know we'll get back to DVC here in a minute.
We're off of Saratoga.
It's okay. We're going to get back there in a minute. That's what I like about the show. You know, I hope you guys like it too. And I love books. I used to buy books a lot. Moving a couple times has made me not want books as bad. But yes, I can't buy it. And I love bookstores. Like a date night for us when we were younger, when we lived in Southern California, was to go to the Barnes and Noble and walk around.
Barnes and Noble with a Starbucks.
Yes, we would hang out and have a Starbucks. We'd walk around and look at books and magazines and the people, and I loved that.
Exciting.
I loved it. I loved it.
I did love it too.
I miss it. I couldn't buy a book for full price to save my life right now. And you know why? I can get them for a quarter. Right. We have a book section at our resale shop that's always full, and that the stuff in the back. We have a volunteer who comes in 4 or 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. He just loves it. He
only does books.
We could open a used bookstore and be full and never run out.
Because we have so much in space for.
They're coming in at a constant pace all the time.
Teachers, we let teachers buy books, buy like huge tubs for their classes at a great price.
You have a buy one get all the rest free deal every day. If you're a teacher and you want books at our store. Wish I was going to be 21 this week. Everybody's happy birthdays. Happy birthday, my friend Bill. My goodness. Caitlin, Bax, and Mr. Guerrero Sr. 58 doesn't seem so bad. I'll be 51 in Christmas, not like this week, but happy birthday. This is the birthday week. Happy birthday, buddy. What did you say? Friday? Hold on. Where did it go?
Yeah.
Friday. Okay. You know what? I need to write that down because I didn't know that.
Friday. Well, happy birthday, everybody. That's really
cool. Yeah. I'm not good with remembering other people's things, but I'm really good. I'm not good at, I barely know what day my birthday is. God knew that he should put it on a big
so you couldn't forget.
Day.
Yeah.
I don't care about birthdays like everyone else does. Just don't. I don't know, but I like that you're having a birthday. But my point is, if I put it in my phone though, where I was going to go with that, then I never forget because it just pops up. Hitchhiking Bones, right? Does Dave Ramsey's advice is gold? It is. You know, it is. I'm not a financial guru. I'm not in debt. I mean, there you go. I don't know what everybody else's goals are. I had 2 goals money-wise. 1, stop being in debt. 2, go to Disney. How we doing? Sarai says, don't worry, I'm a customer service. Oh, I'm in customer service, and I've actually changed the way I handle the public after knowing some cast members. It's made a world of difference. 2 fingers, right? No, I think that customer service is misunderstood. I think most people think that the customer's always right because they read the headline and ignored the truth. Big Disney fan, amen. Happy mood is contagious. It certainly is. You know what's more contagious than a happy mood? A crappy mood. You know, if you're hanging around with the wrong people all the time, if you come home from work miserable, quit. If you go home and everything's miserable, you can't quit that because that's family. make them happy. If you know, your daughter stubs her toe and she wants to go yell at everyone, make her happy. Maybe not right then, because she just stubbed her toe, but spread joy. And I know how to do better at that. Like I think I'm really, really happy, but I spread misery as much as I spread joy, and I need to spread joy. I just think the contagion of attitude is more about who you're with. And if you're stuck in a place where you can't get out, whether maybe it's family, maybe it's work, maybe it's someplace you just can't leave, then be the virus of happiness. Ooh, that's good right now. Is that too soon?
No, it's good.
That's good. I think that's good too. Because you can. And again, I'm guilty of being the other guy too. We all are. But, you know, and if you're surrounded, if you got, you know, I'm a big believer in Dave Logan. Barbara's in the house. Hey, Barbara. What's going on? ATJH is in the house. Good morning, my friends. So glad you guys are here. Dave Logan has a book. I went to Guild, Global Institute for Leadership Development. Oh my gosh, that sounds important. It was pretty cool. I don't know why that's another place. How do they get what I broke in or something? But anyway, Dave Logan has a book. It's called Tribal Leadership. Okay, I'm going to get really, really nerdy on you, but I'll just try to get to the point really, really fast. Have a tribe. Have a tribe. Well, you know, when you're spitting gold. Baby. So like Barbara is in the house. So me and Barbara and Andy, my good friend, were our tribe for a while. You know, Andy and Barbara were good friends for work. Me and Andy were best friends. Andy and Barbara and Jeff became a tribe, a triangle. Day one, it wasn't, you know, everybody loves everybody. We had our stuff, but in the end, we loved each other. We cared about each other, and we worked together. Again, Jeff and Andy had a relationship. Barbara and Andy had a relationship. We worked together. The three of us had a great relationship. We're all friends now. My goodness, 20, 30 years later. Mm-hmm. And, but whether we knew it or not, we became a little tribe. And the idea of a tribe is this, okay? And I'll give you the quick version of it. And if you love this, check out Tribal Leadership is awesome. If me and her are having a fight, my oldest daughter, so me and my wife and my oldest daughter create that triangle, right? We have a relationship. All three of us have a relationship. Yeah. If she's wrong and I'm right, it's Peyton's job to say, hey, mediate. I mean, let's be real. And so if you're
do that too in a family though, with your kids.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Everything is a relationship, and a family is the most important relationship. And it's so if you and Peyton are having a fight, I have a responsibility to break that. If you and Peyton are having, let's look at it a positive. If you and Peyton are having yesterday, you guys were both doing art. Mm-hmm. You were both doing art. You were at the table. She was doing stuff for the church camp. You were doing stuff for me and our channel. And you two were doing some awesome stuff. My job in there is to come in and give you guys some love, support it, and say, wow, I love that, blah, 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 and give you feedback if you're asking. You're supporting the two. But in the negative, you support the argument. So if me and you are having an argument, somebody needs to get into it and say, hey, look at it this way. Don't take sides. Does that make sense? Tribal leadership. I don't know. That is the worst version of that synopsis ever. But check it out. I love him. I got to see him speak. And does that make any sense to you at all?
Yeah. I mean, I see how it works for work, for sure. Because the relationships are different. They're professional.
Checking Bone says lottery equals golden oak at Dole Whip.
Yes, it does. You better start playing.
So one of the videos I've been planning on for quite some time that I haven't done yet, I was going to do it in December and crank it out for January because I'm a goals guy. And then I decided I don't want to do that. Whatever. I want to admit publicly some of my BHAGs. I have goals. I do, but I mostly have BHAGs. Big, hairy, audacious goals. And if you want to know what they are in advance, they look a lot like Daryl Eves' wall. Only some of you understand that. Maybe none of you understand that. And they look like at least a couple houses in Golden Oak. Looking down from Club 33. I actually thought about trying to make it a goal, be in the top 10% of Disney stock owners. And then I looked and I looked and I like, no, that's too big even for me. That's too big and that's too hairy. That's like billions. But anyway, because I'm not money motivated. I'm stuff motivated. Anyway. Hope all is well in the 90. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's so hot. Banning, California. I'm going to be up to 114.
Yeah.
Palm Springs was 114 yesterday.
Hot in Southern California.
Yeah. Timo says, I feel like one of the 3 times we fly, we had issues. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Let me get caught up. Anna Isabel Z in the house. What's going on? Welcome in. Julie McCown in the house. Yay for historical markers. I like Julie. Yes, for Julie. I love historical markers. Wow. From 2016 to 2019, 17,000 miles ATJH. Okay, so let's get back to it. So, excuse me. All right, we have 20 more minutes. So we're 2/3 in. So we head over to our room for the first time, and they give us a map, and they explain to us the map, but I'm in Giddyland. I'm not paying attention, and we got lost.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. It was so they all look exactly the same.
Totally the same. Very cute though.
And super cute. And it's
Saratoga Springs style.
Like, is it golf course around?
Yeah.
Like there's like a golf course everywhere. And all the cul-de-sacs with parking.
We were in all the wrong cul-de-sacs.
It was
exactly. That's so right on the mark.
I think even during our stay, often we were like, wait, is this the right one? Certainly
the next Tuesday for sure. By the end, Friday or Thursday or whatever it was,
we had it down.
But that's the way it goes. It's so big. So she mentions the golf course. So we got there and it was dark. So we wake up the next morning, we look down and it's beautiful green. It's on the golf course. Golfers are going by. There's
there's pine trees. It's super pretty.
Artificial pond, almost a lake with a big thing.
Fountain in the middle.
Amazing. To our right and then to our left is a golf course. And it's the fairway. You can see the go ahead.
There's like tree houses over in the trees. Yeah, across
the fairway. So to the left you have if you look straight to the left, you have the green. And then the fairway, and you can't quite see them tee off, but you can certainly see, you can see them tee off barely. And then if you look right through the fairway, where basically they end up after their drive, they're all there. You're looking at the golfers and you look up, there's the tree houses.
Yeah.
And they're tucked away in the greenery, in the forest.
They're in the forest, but there's tree houses.
And they are some of the most sought after DVC things.
Pretty
the
cool.
tree houses at Saratoga Springs. And we could see one right there.
Yeah.
It was hidden, but we had the view of it. Oh my goodness, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, check out the videos on YouTube. It's high level coolness. And let's be real, if Paula is right, whatever, Tina. Whatever. Yeah, I remember I did some videos there, watching the golfers go by, looking at the tree house, feeling amazed that we were there.
I'm pretty sure that's where we were when we had a tornado warning or watch or something.
So
yeah.
The day, this is the year, was it 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was, that I had never been to Food and Wine yet, Epcot Food and Wine Festival. And I actually thought it was an extra fee. I remember thinking, so we're driving there, right? We're going. It is so huge, Tina, so huge. And I, to my unbeknownst to me, Food and Wine's going because we didn't plan for it. We're just going because that's when we go on vacation.
Right.
And so I learned that the Food and Wine's there, and I got so excited, but we already had bought tickets. We bought, it was a Halloween trip, whatever. We'd done all the stuff, or the Halloween party. We had planned it out. And I'm like, oh, I have to go to Food and Wine. What if it's an additional fee? What if it costs this? How do I get in? How do I talk her into it? And then I was pleasantly surprised to learn that it was just part of the deal. Again, this is 4 years ago. And
yeah, I think that was our very first trip when we went with your mom.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, this was the storm.
I'm confusing the two.
You're
right.
Yeah, we were walking in a crazy storm and everything, like in 8 inches of water.
Okay.
Because the drains couldn't drain the water off fast enough in Epcot, and there was no dry spot to walk.
So we wake up to tornado warning.
Yes, that's
I go outside. Hey, Ranch Jams. Ranch Jams in the house, guys? Ranch Jams. Everybody say hi. Ranch Jams, how are you, buddy? Long time no see. I love all the stuff you do on your channel. Okay, so I had just gotten the ability to go live on YouTube, right? And I didn't really know what I was doing. I was trying it out.
Yes.
And so I put, oh my gosh, tornado warning at Saratoga Springs. And I'm looking out at the beautiful land, and there's storms coming, but they weren't there. Right. And I talked for 5 minutes, and at the time, or 10 minutes, whatever, I don't know, it did very, very well because the title was Tornado at Disney Saratoga Springs. Right. And then I went
some clickbait.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. And then I did some videos during the rain, and then I put it away. And we get my daughter we're now at Epcot, we're at World Showcase, so we get my daughter an umbrella because it's starting to rain. And we're taking shelter, and then we're walking out. We're taking shelter, and we're walking out, and then we're walking between Canada and we're heading towards England, and it hits.
Yeah, it was bad.
And the umbrella went.
It completely.
Wish I would have got that on video.
Inverted and busted. It was
nuts.
Crazy.
It was some of the most rain I've ever seen in a short period,
and wind.
Yes, and then when it cools down, it got hot. Oh, but it was kind of cool because two things. One, the crowds were pretty darn low.
Yeah, because.
But two, on the other side, most of the fun things at Epcot weren't out. Like a lot of the stuff because the rain. But anyway, we're getting a little off of Saratoga Springs. But that was, you know, when I think back to our first trip at Saratoga Springs, it's not the trip and the parks part of it. Obviously, that was a great time. We loved it. It was falling in love with resorts, falling in love with the customer service of DVC, falling in love with just being DVC people. Yeah. Like we spent more time in the food court and the connected gift shop just because we wanted to hang around. I mean, there was a piano over there, and you could see out into, there was a pool outside, and we were there mostly in the evenings. And
yeah, we would come and grab drinks.
I remember walking past Secretariat. There was a I don't even know what to call it, a statue, I guess, right? This is a statue of Secretariat as you walk in.
And Reagan would list off all the facts about Secretariat.
Yeah, she loves her animal facts. She does. She loves that movie too. Does she love that movie? She loves the horse.
She does.
I think she loves that movie. The theming of it, calling it the carriage house, calling it the stable, the smell. Disney is so good with smells. The smell of the lobby was, you know, it was like the good part of a horse place, but not the bad part of a horse.
Bad. There was no flies, and it smelled good.
No poop. So I loved it. I don't know. What was your impression of your first DVC trip at Saratoga Springs? For me, scale of 1 to 10, it was a 37. I remember saying to you, if this is we went to Hawaii, and the Big Island's where we stayed. We only about a week. We stayed on the Big Island, and everybody said, "Oh man, that's not the island we want to go at." I had a ball. I got to see a volcano. I loved it. I've never seen any of the other islands yet. Hopefully, we will someday. People are saying the same about DVC. Everything is better than Saratoga Springs. Saratoga Springs is the bottom. I loved it. I could never. If I only went there, I'd be ecstatic.
I loved it. I don't know. I guess maybe because we haven't stayed at other ones yet, but it doesn't seem like it's the bottom to me.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved all of it. The thing I wish we would have done that we didn't do is I wanted to catch the boat that goes over to Disney Springs.
We plan on doing that.
Boat, and we didn't do that.
we always have things that,
we always kind of drove around.
Tina says, the rain never bothered me. Anyway, she just sticks around. I like the rain too. I love it when it rains and everybody scatters. I'm like, whatever, you get wet. I'd rather be wet.
This was rain you couldn't even see. Walk through.
This was
torrential. It was crazy.
I mean, they really did have tornado warnings.
The drains
we're not exaggerating.
Drain the water, really, so you were walking in literally a pond. It was crazy.
It was no joke.
I was sopping wet. Even we bought all the plastic things to wear, and we were still sopping wet because it just was going down here from your hair down.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. So our first DVC trip was to Saratoga Springs. We were there for about a week. And it only cemented the great decision that was getting Disney Vacation Club points, adding to them. We're going to do our contest here in a minute, but the first DVC trip of what's going to be many, many, many will always stand out because it was our first. But tomorrow we're going to talk about the other places we've stayed. And to give you a hint, ponchos, right? Yeah. I have a couple of Disney ponchos.
We have a few now.
Yeah.
Actually, some ripped that day too.
Did they?
Wind, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was crazy. I don't remember that, but I believe you. I've actually some old school ones. We'll pull those out one day. But tomorrow we're going to talk about all the other places we've stayed, which Polly is our home. We've obviously stayed there. I got to stay at Disney Wilderness, and we stayed at a few other ones too. So we'll talk about those tomorrow, which ones we love the most and which ones we will go to again and which ones we won't. Then Wednesday we're going to talk about, or that's Wednesday. Then Thursday we're going to talk about the DVC resorts we're most excited about. We have 3 trips coming up, and at least 2 of them have some DVC in them. And then Friday, we've got a DVC employee. Ooh, that rhymes, coming in. And our friend Kelly from the Mickey Bunch. She'll be in on Friday, and we'll do a Q&A for anybody who wants to ask questions about DVC. If you're new here, I'm glad you're here. We've got a contest. Every day we do this until Animal Kingdom Lodge. I cannot wait to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Tina. I cannot wait. We have a contest. We're trying to decide when you think the Disney parks are going to open. It's getting a little harder now because all the dates are getting picked. But it's still fun. It's still a contest. We're giving away a Oofy. What's that? It's those things. So Oofy are light. Therefore, we're going to mail them. Mickey and Minnie. If you win, you get these. If you win and you're a member, like Soraya is now, thank you, Soraya, you'll also get a $25. You can, I don't know why I put it over there, sorry. You can you get a Disney gift card too. So the winner of the contest gets the Ufufis. If the winner of the contest is a member of our channel, that means you're in green. Again, Soraya, thank you for signing up today. All my members love you. Thanks for blessing us. We're hoping to do the same back to you. We will be sending out a $25 gift card with it. I'm going to do a trivia question. She's going to give me a question. She's going to give me a subject. I'm going to ask a question. The first member and the first non-member in chat that I see will be today's winner. Winner just gets to pick the date. Now, I will tell you this. It is May 26th. Whoa. Did I shake everything? Sorry, guys.
A little bit.
May 26th is available. I wouldn't pick it. May 27th is available. I wouldn't pick it. We would have known by now. All of June is taken. July, the first date available is the 18th, the 21st, the 22nd. So you're basically into July and August if you're picking. So we'll keep doing it, but we're getting filled up. I've been given 2 or 3 days every day. So the first member, the first non-member that I see with the answer gets on the board. They get to pick the date, and if they win the Ufufis. And if they're a member, they get the $25 gift card too. Does that make sense? Yep. Give me a subject, my darling. I will ask a question. We will get them on the board. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Exactly.
Chicken dinner is great.
Winner, winner, Levi
right.
stock.
We will do Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I like it. My first time I was ever in Walt Disney World was without her. I was in a what was I? It was a work conference.
Yeah.
And we were only there for like 4 hours. And I remember it was right at the end of the day, and it started to rain, and I had to leave. And I was in the Pirates of the Caribbean section, and I was just loving the theming. And I thought, oh, I can't wait to bring you. And now we get to go all the time. Pirates of the Caribbean trivia. Hold on, I've got a good one.
Again, this is to win. Oh, Ufufis. These little fluffy guys.
And they're pretty cute.
They are. Little balls of fluff.
No, that's not the name, darn it. See, I wanted to. Okay, I won't make that hard.
Just make it an easy one.
Well, if I make it too easy, then the whole chat gets it, and then I have to pick 18 names. So I'm trying to get one that, won't be exactly like.
Me too.
All right, let's do this one. Okay, ready, set? Here we go. Let me know in chat if you're ready. I think this will be a great one. The Pirates of the Caribbean has many, many iconic pirates in it. Probably the most iconic one is the actor is given an unbelievable pirate treatment. How about that? By the great Geoffrey Rush. Name the character in the Pirates of the Caribbean played by Geoffrey Rush. The pirate played by Geoffrey Rush. His name is. I got a little tickle in my throat there. Resort Budgeting says, I think the Pirates ride at Walt Disney World is haunted. I think that's a haunted mansion.
It's haunted.
Looking for the name of the pirate played by the actor Geoffrey Rush in Pirates of the Caribbean. There we go. Barbosa. Boom. 2. Perfect. AJC and Tina. A member and a non-member. That's perfect. AJC and Tina McNeil get on the board. All right, AJC and Tina, you guys get to pick a date. Congratulations. Yeah, Soraya, you got it. Captain Barbosa. I had a question. I wanted to ask a question about the dog, and then I thought about the art, but whatever. Okay, doesn't matter. So, AJC knows what she's doing. July 18th is your day, my friend. AJC Amy is on the 18th, and was it Tina? Who's the other one? Tina, I said, right?
Yeah.
Tina, yep, there we go. Tina McNeil. You get to pick a date. So the first date available for you, Tina, would be, we have July 21st, July 22nd, July 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, basically a bunch of that. June 13th is taken. Yeah. Mar has June 13th. Yeah, you're into July now. The first day available, you can have tomorrow, but I don't think.
Yeah.
And then July 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And then you can have August 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a whole bunch of days in August you can have. But if you think July 21, 22, 24, 25, July 25th. Okay, Tina, you got it.
All right. The 25th is Tina's.
Very good. All right, so this is day 2 of our 5-day trip through DVC. Yesterday, if you want to see the replay, we're actually going to cut it up and make the videos too. We're going to do, at the end of this, we'll have a series of all of this that we'll put together. But yesterday, the idea of DVC and the sign-up process for us, which I think is a fun story. Congratulations, by the way, to Tina and to HAC Amy. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Today was our first DVC trip. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the DVC resorts that we've stayed at already, and it's a pretty good list already. I'm kind of excited about that. Then the next day we're going to talk about the ones we're about to stay at and the ones that we're excited to stay at in the future. And then Friday we're going to have our guest who works for DVC, our friend Kelly from the Mickey Bunch on. Yay. We're going to do a little Q&A and talk DVC and answer your questions if you have them. And again, we will have them on the podcast, Beauty and the Beast, the podcast, and we will have sorry, I got a phone call from a friend. Hi, Pete. If you're watching, I can't answer right now. So we'll have it on the podcast. We'll have a playlist on the YouTube channel for the DVC. So if you want to go back over this, and it will cut out a lot of the talk with the chat and all that. So tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you had fun today. 2 more minutes. Myers and the Mouse, I'm assuming, is going live. They usually go live right now. Didn't see them in the chat, so I didn't get to ask them, but they're generally live. Also, Pat Flynn, the income stream, goes live. Happy birthday to my buddy Bill on Friday. The Adventures of David and Aaron in the house. Welcome in. I'm glad you guys are here. Everybody say hi to them.
Hello.
Welcome David and Aaron in. Bill, happy birthday Friday. Bax, if you're still here. Caitlin, if you're still here. Happy birthday, guys. I hope you guys have a great birthday day, week, and all those things. I don't know. I think this went well. We talked to the chat and we did the topic. I'm happy with that.
I mean, we got the topic in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of went a little woo. But
a little woo, that's for sure. Anything we left out that you want to tell them about DVC and our first trip to Saratoga Springs?
I think that's right.
Would you stay there again,
Absolutely.
even having the opportunity to stay other places?
Yes.
And that says a lot because we want to try new things. I would agree. It was great. I actually look forward to going again. The problem is that's up against, but I can stay somewhere new.
Right. It's always kind of that. Well, and plus for us, it's like, well, what's available? Let's see.
Well, that's true, Jim.
And do we want to?
Because no matter what you say, well, this is available, and then you tell me about that, I'm like, yeah, let's do that.
But this is this many points, and this is that many points. How do we want to do this?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Saratoga Springs, if you have DVC points, the points will go the farthest on Saratoga Springs.
Yeah, they do.
And that's pretty dang awesome. If that was the only place I could ever go, they'd get me.
The one that we're gonna stay at next, Old Key West, that one's pretty good too. That your points go pretty far there.
And if you want to hear more about that, we're going to talk about that tomorrow on Beauty and the Baits, every Monday through Saturday, 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Other times, other places, you can figure it out because you live there, so you know. I love this. I love DVC. I love sharing DVC, and I love you guys. I love my moderators. I love viewers. If you're in ninja mode, just in the background listening, I appreciate that. If you're a long-time friend like Barbara, thanks for being here. If we just met you, Adventures David and Aaron and people like that, thank you all is what I'm trying to say. New members, Soraya, and veteran members of the channel, thanks for blessing us. You have an awesome day. Ofufi's up for grabs. I'm sure we're going to get a date. I believe deeply that we're going to have a date for opening in a week or two. The NBA is negotiating on having some, if not all, but probably some of their games in Orlando on Walt Disney World property. Obviously, we're close to reopening. The date will be announced soon, I am sure. We needed to get through Memorial Day, and we needed to not have a spike, and we didn't. Dallas had no new cases this weekend, no new deaths this weekend. I know that's just one city, but we're back very soon. And I think Walt Disney World and Major League Baseball and the NBA are some of the iconic things that America needs to see reopen to calm us the heck down. Fear is a lying liar. Wash your hands. Be safe at work. I don't even know what we're doing. We'll talk about work offline. I think we're going to the office today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Have the best day ever. Again, Myers and the Mouse is probably live. Pat Flynn is definitely live. Disney stuff. Myers and the Mouse growing on YouTube. Pat Flynn. Love you guys. I think that's it. Have the best day ever. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff. Anything I'm forgetting?
It sounds like we covered all of it.
Soraya, fingers crossed. I have a trip beginning of September. We're late October, right?
We're October.
Early October. Oh, we're early October? I thought we were late October.
Anniversary trip.
Oh, yeah, I should know.
You should.
Because I'm thinking Halloween.
Yeah.
Oops.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure I know when our anniversary is.
We leave the 3rd and get there the 4th.
Yeah.
Or leave here the 2nd and get there the 4th. Something like that.
Well, Soraya, I hope it works for you. And again, thanks for being a member. And everybody, thank you so much for spending some time here. We've always make reservations for ours as well. Yeah, I like having a plan. Adventures of David and Aaron, don't be strangers. I'm sorry I'm leaving right when you get here. But love every single one of you. Love you. Give me a kiss. Have the best day ever. Again, Myers and Mouse going live. If you want some more Disney in your life, go over there. If you want to learn how to grow on YouTube, Pat Flynn's income stream is happening right now. He's actually talking about some awesome stuff, what platform you can grow on. Yeah, Animated Investors, my other project on YouTube. Check that channel out. And Resort Budgeting. I'm gonna talk some stocks today, buddy. I'm glad you got some free stock. Free stock. He got free stock. How do you do that? Use my link. Check out the Animated Investor to get some free stock like he did. All right, love you all. Have the best day ever. See ya. You don't have to go, but you can't